Nestled on the east side of Baranof Island, 57 degrees north in the Alaskan Archipelago Islands, lies a place that offers relaxation and solitude. Back in the town, the word on the docks from the fishermen and sailors is about their plans to come and visit. For anyone cruising by, it is a must to stop by for a day and enjoy the hot springs. It's a place called Baranof Warm Springs. Straight out of a fantasy movie, one cannot believe soaking in a natural hot springs next to a glacial-fed river. It's a place to relax, a place to explore, a place to wash away the winter blues, and a place of rejuvenation. For hundreds of years, Baranof Warm Springs was enjoyed by the local Tlingit and Angoon people and was kept a secret until 1891. Today, there is a very small community of volunteers and residents who take care of the area. With the small amount of people who visit each year, it is a great place to meet new friends. The only way here is by boat or plane. There's a great dock to tie off to and access the boardwalks that travel throughout the town and to the hot springs.
Pretty cool. We are just entering Baranof Warm Springs area. We have yet to see the hot springs because we're just coming into the bay. It's raining a lot right now, so we can't see much. This looks like a big rainforest. But so far so good. I guess the hot springs are right next to the waterfalls. So, I mean, we haven't heard anything bad about this area. So we're pretty excited.
Located within the Tongass National After tying off to the dock, we were super excited to warm our cold bones in the hot springs, so we quickly grabbed our swim gear and hiked up to the springs. We had smiles on our faces. We couldn't believe where our little sailboat had brought us. With the source reaching 120 degrees Fahrenheit, or about 50 degrees Celsius, there are multiple pools to dip in, and the temperature gradually decreases as it flows into the glacial river. When we arrived, we met a couple who had been cruising the world for the past 12 years from Sweden. They told some great stories cruising in many places such as Patagonia and the tropical South Pacific, and we enjoyed their company while drinking some great Pacific Northwest beers.
So we made it to Baranof Warm Springs. These bathhouses are down here. They're free public bathhouses, and it filters in and then filters out, so there's this constant flush of warm water. Super nice. Oh my gosh. Wow. And there's 3 of them.
It is absolutely breathtaking, soaking in the hot springs while enjoying the beautiful views that surround you.
Like, incredible. I could be here for a while. I'm really sad we can only be here for a day. We're coming back.
Megan and I sailed to Baranof back in 2016. During that short trip, we didn't waste a minute, but we knew we had to come back. So after leaving, we spent the rest of the year planning out our next trip. As we took a stroll along the boardwalks, it felt like paradise, even through the rain. One could easily spend a summer or even a lifetime exploring the area. The main attraction of Baranof Warm Springs is the spectacular hot springs, but the area boasts many outdoor activities throughout the year. From backcountry skiing to fishing, paddling, camping, hiking, and even snorkeling if you're brave enough to plunge into the freezing cold lake.
We portaged our paddleboards on the trail, and now we're gonna do the perimeter of the lake. On the other side of the lake, there is a cabin, and we're gonna stop there and check it out. But as you can see, it's a beautiful day.
Megan loves islands, and when we spotted a tiny island in the middle of Baranof Lake, we had to go check it out. Upon arriving, we were being gawked at by 2 gulls, and we knew there must be a nest nearby. While looking at the tiny flowers on the mossy ground, we almost stepped on their nest.
This is so cool! We just found an egg, but we pop on this island, and we find an egg. It's like an Easter egg hunt. Right there.
We wanted to book the Baranof Lake cabin for a couple of nights when the weather was clear, but the cabin happened to be unavailable. But the nice thing is that anyone can stop by and use the cabin between 10 o'clock a.m. and 5 o'clock p.m.
As we were paddleboarding in, you could look straight up like 3,000 feet, if not 2,500 feet up the rock wall. And the whole time I was looking up thinking, oh my gosh, I hope a rock doesn't fall, because I'm just, bloop, right there.
It's like up here when you see those kind of like rock faces, it's like, oh, it's another Yosemite. Oh, it's another Yosemite. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot
Everyone
of
goes
Yosemites
to
up here.
Yosemite, but you can find them all over the place up here. That's what's so cool about it. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
Every corner we turn, it's amazing.
We saw a group of kayakers enjoying the beautiful day on the water. It's rare to see people, so we always stop by and strike up a conversation. After finding out that they didn't book the cabin, we paddled over to check it out and found that no one was there. We had our own paradise, and really wish we had brought our camping gear with us.
So we're hanging out here at Baranof Lake Cabin, and it's a really cool place. It took us about it's about a
2.5 mile long lake, but we're doing the perimeter of it, checking out all the little inlets we can.
This area is very majestic. I know video doesn't fully show all the details, but it is really magical up here.
It's hard to explain. We try to give you all the details on the video, but being somewhere like this in person is really how you're gonna get it all in.
It's great. They have this nice little cabin here. Is a great fire pit actually right in front of us. Inside there's also a wood burning fireplace, and then there's a storage shed that they store all their dried wood. There's quite a bit of wood over there, and inside of there is oars and life jackets, and you got yourself a nice little rowboat, a little skiff over here, and we're actually just playing around in it, just doing a little casting. But you can just take it out and you can check out the mouth of Baranof River, which is right over there. And there's like 3 or 4 rivers that kind of just flood right into this like little delta area right here. And it's really cool. The water is super crystal clear coming out of those rivers. Tastes delicious, and it's just very pristine.
It is, and it's cold water too. You step in these boots and they get cold really fast.
Pure glacial runoff.
Being here in Alaska is like going back in time. This area really is what America once was before urban sprawl and overdevelopment. We rarely get to see and immerse ourselves into these kinds of places. That's why I'm kind of glad that the only way to get here is by boat or float plane.
Throw the oars the wrong way.
It worked.
According to the biographer Donald Worcester in A Passion for Nature, John Muir's mission was saving the American soul from total surrender to materialism.
Mush! Come Mush! 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 Mush!
I think it has a lot of momentum though. It's like once it gets going, just like...
Yeah, slides.
Even though large cruise ships are unable to visit Baranof Warm Springs, smaller private yachts are starting to make more of a presence in the area. Baranof Warm Springs is very well known in Southeast Alaska, but outside of this geography it is unheard of. And I hope it can stay this way. That's what makes it so special. That's what makes the entire Inside Passage of the west coast of North America spectacular. We need wild places. They are what give us life.
The Baranof River. Yeah, it's that big one. Yeah, so there's, I guess, 1, 2, 3, just right here. And of course you have these other ones. It's really cool. And that's where we are. We went.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like my sound effects?
I do.
So I was just reading an entry by someone who stayed at the cabin, and they were here on May 5th. It is now May 26th. And they went across the lake via skis. So that means the lake is still frozen and still thick enough for them to get across on skis. So we're looking at, what, 21 days later, and we're already paddleboarding across here, feeling the beautiful sun. So crazy how fast it happens here sometimes.
Baranof Warm Springs is one of those places that leaves a lasting memory. For us, we will never forget those days spent here. We'll always cherish these moments and plan to sail back here. But for now, we have more places to explore and are off to find a new adventure.